One of our subjects for this month is power. And we all know what it feels like to suddenly feel powerless. Like maybe you look at your dashboard and the red light's blinking that you're out of gas, and you panic for a minute, but then you think, oh no, I've got a reserve tank, but that'll get me where I need to go. And that's kind of like I think we can make an analogy between that and prayer treatment. And when we've done everything that we know how to do, then we can call in that reserve of prayer treatment. And besides just getting you where you need to go, I often find that it gives you extra little surprise bonuses. I've been reading these novels about Father Tim, who is a pastor in a little town like this one, where everybody is very bonded with each other. and he has this little church, and he's a 65-year-old bachelor. And he has lots of friends there, and there's a little cafe. It's called Main Street Cafe, and it's owned by his friend Mac. And he and his buddies kind of meet there, maybe for breakfast or lunch. They pretty much run into each other there every day. And then there's a woman whose name is Edith, and she owns most of the business properties in town. And she's got the hots for Father Tim. And so Father Tim jogs every day, and when it rains, Edith gets her chauffeur-driven car out and goes around to find him and offers him a ride home. Now, of course, he doesn't want to ride home, or he wouldn't be jogging, but he's a polite, gentlemanly person, and so he lets her give him a ride home. But the last time that happened, as he's sitting talking to her in the car, she put her hand on his knee, and he just about jumped out and ran home. Well, shortly after that, Mac, his friend who owns the cafe, received a letter in the mail saying that his rent for the property there was doubled. And so he's very disturbed, because that's going to put him out of business, and all his buddies, including Father Tim, are very disturbed about that. And they're all looking towards Father Tim to go do something about it, because they figure Edith will do whatever he asks her to. So he doesn't want to do that, he doesn't want to do that, but he finally says, okay, and so he does that, and he sits down and talks with her. And she didn't go along with that at all. In fact, she upped the ante and said he has to be out in 2 weeks. Oh. So now he's against the wall, he's powerless, he's out of more options. So he prays about this. So then the guys just get together and start helping Mac move out, and they're all very disturbed. He's been in business for 30 years. So they finally get all the property out of there. They did find some valuable things in the basement, like old advertising signs and a jukebox that Mac could use for some money. And at the last minute, Edith shows up and says, you better be out by midnight, because my dress store, which is going to take over this, is coming in the morning. So they're out, but then here comes the building inspector. And the building inspector finds that all of the timbers underneath the restaurant floor are rotted. And so he's going to have to condemn the building until this is taken care of. So now Edith is up against the wall, because now she has no client, because her dress store cannot wait. They have to go into business right away. She has no client, so Father Tim talks with her again, gets her to agree to just a 25% raise in rent, which is okay with Mac. And there were a couple of other bonuses. Now Mac has his property back. He's going to have it all fixed up, and there are 2 weeks that it's going to take to do that. And he and his wife always wanted to go to Hawaii, and so that's what they do. And so there we have it. Prayer treatment, our extra reserve magical tank that gets us where we want to go, and sometimes gives us little special bonuses.